Today I have prepared a selection of the most interesting Turkish TV series that you cannot miss. Enjoy watching, and I'm moving on to the top. Opening today's selection is the Turkish series Between the World and Me. The main character is a young woman who has achieved success in life. The girl is smart, always achieves the goal set. Once the girl faced betrayal, after which she stopped trusting men. The main character got burned with the choice of a man, became a victim of her own naivety, gullibility, but now it is not easy to deceive her. So when she gets acquainted with a handsome man, does not hurry to trust him, decides to arrange a test. The girl immediately felt that he was the one she was waiting for, but the experience she has had prevents her from making a mistake. The protagonist needs to learn to trust people again. She wants to make sure of the correctness of her choice, so the man will have to go through a lot of tests. He will get into different situations, and only after passing the test of strength he will be able to prove loyalty, devotion. Fairy tale. The story of Zeynep, a poor girl who wants to achieve the best in this world. She works in a rich house as a nanny. All her life she dreams of riches. And one day on her birthday Zeynep together with Alp, her boyfriend, finds a large sum of money in a rented car. The girl offers to embezzle the money for herself, but Alp intends to return it. Afraid of persecution of the owners of this money, the couple quarrels and gets into an accident, and Zeynep decides that this is the chance of a lifetime. She runs away, taking her bag with her. Zeynep changes her name to Melis. She realizes that this money will run out sooner or later, so she needs to make connections. Her target becomes the Keksel family, namely one of the heirs Onur Keksel. Only Melis' game will become more and more dangerous every time. Her past will catch up with her. There will be people whose money she embezzled, and most importantly Melis will fall in love. At the end of the night, the series tells about a beautiful girl named Machida. She was brought up in a family where there was always a catastrophic lack of money. That is why the girl always dreamed of getting a good education and building a decent career. Having grown up, she managed to realize her plan and get a diploma in psychology. However, despite this, the life of the beauty was not happy at all. She was used to helping other people, but she could not help herself. However, everything changed dramatically after the girl met an attractive man named Ahmet Ishik. The guy fell in love with the new acquaintance. However, the protagonist liked his brother more. His name was Kazım, who was a famous businessman, who knows a lot about making a lot of money. Seeing Makhide, he also immediately fell in love with her and openly showed the girl his feelings. However, everything was complicated by the fact that the man was already married. Meeting Machida changed the lives of both guys. In the life of the beautiful girl also came great changes. She will have to learn through experience what hypocrisy, deceit, cruelty, and betrayal, which a man is capable of for his own benefit. Ahead of her awaits a lot of tests. Perfect tenant. The plot of the series develops in a high-rise apartment building in Istanbul, whose residents are involuntarily forced to communicate with each other, because they meet every day. One of the residents of the house, which is far from the status of prestigious, is called Mona. The young girl successfully graduated from university, after which she went in search of work. Mona managed to find an interesting position in an online newspaper, where she is rapidly developing journalistic skills. The main heroine even writes about the problems that face both her and other residents of a huge house. Unexpectedly comes a crisis that can ruin the girl's plans. The monthly cost of housing suddenly went up, because of which Mona can stay on the street. However, other tenants are experiencing great financial difficulties because of the increased cost of rent. Mona is in no hurry to become homeless, so she is ready to go to almost extreme measures to avoid losing her home. While Mona was thinking about where to find money for housing, she unexpectedly began to communicate with her neighbor, who is a creative person, a photographer. In the course of another conversation, the young people realized how they could avoid losing the roof over their heads. The simplest solution to the problem is to start living together, dividing the rent for two. Especially between the main characters flashed feelings, why they can build a happy relationship. But can the journalist and the photographer get along with each other? Did you find this series interesting? Write in the comments. Cranberry sherbet. Student Doga and Fadi, who works in his father's company, dream of getting married, and the girl's unplanned pregnancy is just an excuse to speed up the wedding. But the couple's sincere feelings get in the way of their relatives. The bride's mom runs a school and adheres to very progressive views. The groom's parents are conservative people for whom tradition is everything. To be together, the lovers will have to reconcile their estranged families. Down and out. One day a large family realizes that it makes no sense to stay in a small town anymore. The main characters of the series decide to go to the megalopolis quite quickly. The family realizes that they will have to spend a lot of energy and nerves to adapt to the megalopolis. Here life is constantly boiling and hundreds of events occur, which is completely unusual for the family. Parents arrange children Karam and Ej in a good school, where children from wealthy families study. Immediately, the teenagers face a bad attitude on the part of representatives of the Golden Youth. Since all Karam and Ej are considered provincials, uninvited guests, these events become big problems for the young people, since they are in adolescence, when it is difficult to draw the right conclusions from difficult situations. Brother and sister are not going to leave the prestigious school. They are characterized by a hardened character, so they are confident that they will prove their full right to be within the walls of an elite educational institution. Meanwhile, parents also face difficulties, about which you will learn, starting to watch in Russian series about the conquest of Istanbul. What series you will watch in the first place, please write in the comments. Life Today. Talented Dr. Boris Guvener is the main character of the Turkish TV series. He is appointed chief doctor in a hospital where corruption is flourishing. Unscrupulous staff, whose greed has completely destroyed the pure bright image of doctors. Barish intends in this medical institution to establish a correct mode of operation, aimed at the real treatment of patients. It is important for him that people receive free medical care and do not feel disadvantaged. The path chosen by the chief physician is not simple, full of difficulties and lack of understanding. Bias and self-interest took hold of the staff, and Barish, a responsible doctor and a man, set a goal to eradicate these illegal actions that go beyond not only moral, human values, but also professional norms of behavior.